Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at these two Masters of the Universe Eternia Mini Character and Vehicle 2-packs. We have Skeletor and Roton and He-Man and Ground Ripper. I think these look really cool. I'm really excited for these. Very happy that they're actually starting to do vehicles for this line. I didn't really find many, or really any I should say, of the little blind boxes that used to be Walmart exclusives. I'm not even sure if they are still anymore. They might not be. But I really never found any of those in store. On Walmart's website, they had some of those like cardboard cases that kind of look like the inside of Castle Grayskull and come with 4 figures, and then you kind of like close it up or open it on a hinge. Those were kind of neat, but I had some of the figures already, so I didn't bother to pick those up. I would really like actual playsets. We'll see if that ever eventually happens, but I think these are really cool. I've never seen these in person. I got these on Amazon. Like I said, I haven't had a lot of luck finding this line in person. So never found the blind boxes at Walmart. Got these from Amazon. I have actually seen at Target very recently, they're starting to do some figures like single on a card, so you can actually see them. They're not blind boxed anymore. So if you're on the hunt for these, I would definitely check Target. I saw those on kind of like a little hanging end cap or side cap thing at a Target. So definitely check those out if that's what you're looking for. But I got these on Amazon, so if you're looking for these, I would definitely check Amazon. They look great. I love the artwork on the card. It's very much like reminiscent of the original packaging, but then updated for the kind of like chibi style of the toys. I just think it's so fun. Really cool here. Taking a look on the back, you can see armed for combat, place in vehicle, roll into battle. And I believe this one says the same thing. Armed for combat, place in vehicle, roll into battle. So I think they look really fun. Really neat packaging. I'm going to go ahead, get these both out of the packaging, and we're going to take a closer look. So here they both are out of the packaging. We'll start over here with Skeletor. I really like the design of these. The art style for these figures is really fun. I love the head sculpt and design for Skeletor. The skull looks fantastic. The glowing red eyes. I like the little hood hanging off the back. And I've always loved his blue and purple color scheme. Now these have heads that can move side to side. Arm rotation. Can't really go, well, can't quite go full 360 because of the shoulder pads, but then you also have a waist rotation. So 4 points of articulation, but I think it works. And they look really cool. Now, unfortunately, no Havoc Staff or Sword for Skeletor. He does have these weapons that we'll get into in a little bit. But yeah, it doesn't come with any of his classic weapons. Now, He-Man, on the other hand, we have the classic Power Sword, which looks really cool. I do wish that there was like a little, it almost feels like there could have been, the way the plastic is molded, just a little loop there to kind of put the sword on his back. But again, these are small figures, I get it. But again, I love the style of art for these figures. Head sculpt is hilarious. Head side to side. He's got all the same articulation as Skeletor. Now his arms can go all the way around though, because he doesn't have any shoulders. But they don't have anything in the wrist or anything like that. But they're just fun little figures. Very cool. We'll give him the Power Sword back. Fits very easily in and out of the hand, so no problems there. Alright, now if we take a look at Roton, all of these stickers come pre-applied, which I love. And this piece around the center does spin, and it does have wheels on the bottom so it can roll, but they are not connected. So rolling it does not automatically make this spin. So it rolls very nicely, but you have to kind of spin that on your own. Now you can take these guns out, and then Skeletor can hold them. And I'm thinking that's why they didn't give him, you know, his sword or his Havoc Staff, because he has these 2 blasters. And they work pretty well. Both of them pop out. He can hold both of them. And he looks pretty cool wielding those. And then there is a little peg inside, and there are peg holes on the bottom of the feet. So you can go ahead and drop this guy in. Now his feet are almost too wide for the space, but you can make it work. And then you just peg him in, and he's good to go. So that's very cool. But I have to admit, the Ground Ripper, I think, is my favorite of the two. I loved this vehicle when I was a kid. And if I remember correctly, the reason I believe it's called the Ground Ripper was because it had a ripcord that you fed into the side here. And then when you pulled it out real quick, it made the wheels spin, so then you could just kind of put it on the ground and it would take off, which was a really fun thing as a kid. But I've always just loved this design. I just think, you know, the head of this creature, whatever this is supposed to be here, looks really cool. And again, really great stickers, all pre-applied, which is fantastic. And then again, there's just a little peg right there. And you just go ahead and peg He-Man right on. And he rides pretty well. And it looks great. And rolls very well. So I love both of these. I think they're absolutely both fantastic. But I do kind of have to give the Ground Ripper the edge, just for my personal favorite. There's absolutely nothing wrong with Roton. It also looks fantastic. If the wheels on the bottom made this spin, then I think they would be more evenly matched. And it's not a big problem because you can just kind of spin it on your own and it rolls very nicely. But if the rolling made this spin, I would give it even more points. But either way, I still think they're a ton of fun. I got both of these on Amazon for 10 a piece per set. So 10 for these two, 10 for these two. And I think that's a good price. I think that's pretty fair for what you get. Really nicely painted and detailed figures. They don't have a ton of articulation, but they're smaller figures. So I don't expect them to have a ton of articulation. To me, this is kind of their answer to like Imaginext. I feel like the reason they've never put Motu in Imaginext is because they were doing this line of figures, which is kind of too close. And it doesn't really make sense to have your Eternia minis compete with your Imaginext since Mattel owns both of them. It doesn't really make sense to compete with themselves. So they kind of decided to do this instead of Imaginext. But I'm fine with it. I think they're fun. Very cool stylized little figures. I love the style of them. They look fantastic, nicely painted, nicely detailed. They have as much articulation as I feel like they need. And the vehicles look great. And I hope this leads to bigger, more vehicles, you know, crazy play sets, do the whole 9 yards. As much as they want to put out in this line, I love it. I mean, we have Origins, we have Mega Constructs, we have these, you know, 3 very different play patterns, but I love all of them. I'm in for all of them. Give me more vehicles, give me play sets, keep it going. So I think these are great. I highly recommend you pick them up. Like I said, hopefully you don't have too much trouble finding them. I got mine on Amazon. I don't know if they'll be in stores later on. You could also try specialty online stores like Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, things like that. So happy hunting. Hopefully anyone who wants these can find them. I highly recommend them. I think they're a ton of fun. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.